I like to do this every year before I put my tires back on. I buy the Pirelli tires because in America they're, let me see if I can get a better shot in the sun. They are considered to be a racing tire, but these are made in Argentina or Brazil, and they always crack out, which pisses me off because it's supposed to be a Pirelli brand, you know, used on Lamborghinis. Anyway, what I like to do is I paint the Pirelli label just like when I bought these Metzlers. And Metzlers were another German highly brand for motocross. If you had a Metzler rear knobby on your bike back in the day, I mean, they were the best. Now this is designed somewhat, probably the same place, but I mainly got it because of the lettering. If you go down the street with lettering like this or like this on your bike, it just adds a certain panache, and it makes the tires look like, you know, they're from Ferrari or something. Anyway, I want to show you how I do it with, this is the front tire off the bike before I go to balance it. What I like to do every year is I will take some goof off. Basically, this is all this has in it is a solvent that dissolves everything, the binders and the paint. I'll go over the Pirelli label right here, and you can see I've already done 3 letters. And I've used different types of paint. I've used different kind of lettering for cars. They don't work on these bikes because I believe that these tires flex so much compared to a regular tire that any kind of solid paint, the lettering will just crack right off because it dries hard and it fractures and cracks. What I found was this paint from China. It's 99 cents, marks on anything, oil-based. This is years old, never used it, it kind of leaked. So I put a little bit of goof off in it. I shake it up really good. And then, see if I can open this and do this at the same time. Take the cap off, and it's got a little plunger foam thingy in it. And then all you do, if I can do this, if I can see and do this with one hand, is I'll just lightly press and I'll paint the letters. Let's see, sorry about that. I'll lightly paint the letters right here. I try to stay in the outline, inline, whatever it is. And you kind of got to go slow at it. And you got to figure that you're going to do this probably twice more. I'm not sure how well this is going to work with the I usually use like acetone or lacquer thinner, but I don't have those right now. You see, that's an R right there. Now, it's not perfect. You can tell the letters are not perfectly white yet, but it will after 2 or 3 paintings. And it's just kind of fun to sit here and paint. Now, if you happen to go over a little bit on one of the edges, it doesn't quite look right, you can always take a little Q-tip with a little bit of lacquer thinner or goof off on it and just wipe it away. That's what I did with these letters. You can see there's kind of a swirl around the tire. I use goof off and a toothbrush. Let me see if I can. I have to tell a story. I have to aim the camera, and I have to do this without fucking it up. So there is an art to it. See, and that says Pirelli right there. Now what I should have done is started with the eye, because once I put my hands down, I'm going to be going back into this, so I'll just let it dry. But that's what I like to do with the tires every year. You can find this on the internet for $1. You want to get oil based. It's the best thing I found that will stick. It doesn't stick perfectly, because your tire is constantly going up and down with the you know, the stresses of the road and everything else, and it stretches this outside, so it does kind of make a problem. Anyway, back on this front, this is what's called a bubble balancer, I believe. And what you want to do is, it comes with a little bubble balancer. You want to balance it this way and this way, which it's balanced, and then you want to balance it this way, which it's pretty well there. And they have little legs on them underneath here, which you just rotate them up or down or whatever. Now my next video, we'll find, you can see how bad the Pirelli is on here. And I'll just wipe that off with the goof off. You gotta be real careful not to get on any painted surface, any of this paint, because this goof off will take it off. So you gotta be real careful to take off just the outside here, from here to here, with the toothbrush. I use the toothbrush first, and I use my blue cleaner. Then what that doesn't remove, I'll use the goof off, because it does have like wax and what do they call it stuff, Armor All on the tires. So this tire is pretty much, as you can see, it's finding its center, or it's finding its heaviest point, which is at the bottom. Also, when the brake stuck, it heated up this brake race. It's not a brake drum. So I don't know. Well, that's another video. Anyway, I'm going to paint these up and then balance them. We're going to balance them together. Then I'll put the front back on, and of course rear will go back on with the motor.